Good day. I'm Glenn O'Cray. I'm on the Dearborn Historical Commission, and I'd like to welcome you to this session of Through the Arsenal Gates. Today we're doing things differently. Right now we're shooting from the courtyard of the Commandant's quarters, which is part of the Dearborn Historical Museum. Maybe we should sing happy birthday. You say, happy birthday to what? Well, to the Ford homes. The Ford homes are celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. Everybody might not know where they are. They're located south of Michigan Avenue. They're 100 years old. How cool is that? Now, Henry Ford built 250 homes for his workers at the Ford tractor plant. Among the people who have lived here have been Benjamin Lovett, who is the dancing guru of the Ford Motor Company, Rex Waddell, who was Henry Ford's secretary, Ray Adams, a great educator, and the fellow after whom Ray Adams Junior High was named. We have George Ebling lived here. He was Henry Ford's photographer. And more recently, we had Barbara O'Brien, who had been the principal of Fordson High School. Now, Mr. Ford did not want row houses. He wanted a unique suburb, so he developed 6 models. He must have gone to 7-Eleven along the way and got an idea, let's have a 7th model. So he had 7 when all was said and done. He made the homes in such a way that every home would look unique, and homeowners have changed the homes through the years so that truly no 2 homes are alike today. Of the interesting items is that Henry Ford used the assembly line process to construct these homes. He put a rail line in the alleys to bring the wood and supplies to build the homes. The homes were reasonably priced. They're well built. Now, there's going to be a home walk on December 8th, and I encourage you to go. And in addition to that, we have a book coming out on the Ford homes, and this guy right next to me is a photographer, Colin McDougall. How cool is that? These books are going to be available so that you can give them to all your friends and relatives. I want you to make a lot of new friends and relatives. And the books will be available December 1st. And they're going to be available at the museum, and they're going to be available at the Ford Home Walks as well. Today we're going to interview some of the owners of the homes who are going to be featured on the Home Walk. Now, Colin.
Yes, Glenn.
This is an exciting venture.
It was.
I hope you enjoyed it. Over what period of time were you taking pictures of homes?
I started taking pictures back in June of this year, and I probably continued through September.
Okay. What did you most like about this project?
I just liked all the different styles and how each homeowner kind of gives each home their own personal touch. There are just so many different colors of them, very elaborate landscapes. And it's just a really cool, shady neighborhood.
Shady meaning?
Shady meaning like there's trees everywhere. That was really unique.
Cool.
In Dearborn.
Did you meet any homeowners along the way?
Yeah, I met quite a few homeowners. Some of them I turned to you, and you have stories of them in your book about it. And others I just got to talking. I remember one man, he lived in what he said was Henry Ford's butler's home, and he described how different homes stuck out different ways to make it not as Stepford as some of the neighborhoods that were being constructed across the suburbs of the United States at the time.
Did you encounter any animals along the way?
Oh yeah. First, I know that Nona Street, the whole 2 blocks of Nona Street it seemed like there was a dog at every house, because like it started barking, and the whole time I traveled down Nona Street, there would be just a dog somewhere a couple doors down barking at me. One time after I dropped some photos off at your house, there was a dog that I was driving past the homes on Beach Street that was out wandering, and I got it back to his home on Olmsted Street nearby. So
folks, if you're listening, you thank Colin for the dog that almost ran away.
yeah.
What were some of the difficulties that you encountered?
Well, the whole month of June was pretty cloudy and rainy, so it was hard to get a good day to go out when the project first began. Also, just working with the sun, it seemed like every time of day that I was available was the wrong time to go because the sun was too bright in the background or what have you. So the weather was the main obstacle.
Will you ever do a project of this variety again?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was really cool and unique how the book turned out, and I'd like to do more books. Not even just Dearborn, other cities, other historical districts. I think it's something that architecture is one of those things I really love, and yeah, I look forward to doing more projects.
Good. Thank you, Colin. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in our first home in this wonderful adventure here. John and Cathys Trainer's home. How cool is that? In what year did you buy your home?
1995.
What was the deciding factor in your buying this home?
Oh, I think we felt several things. Location and the quaintness of the neighborhood and the fact that it was Henry Ford's neighborhood. And we grew up fairly close enough near here, so we thought this was a perfect location and house.
Tell us about your home. Are there any special features that you really like?
There's many special features. There's the front porch. It's an open front porch, so in the summertime you could just read a book outside. There's the alley.
The alley was a big thing for us because we grew up with alleys, and that was part of the whole quaintness to the neighborhood also.
The yard. We enjoy our yard. We're able to be outside and hear a pond and hear water and all the little birds and animals that come around. The kitchen. Actually, our big open kitchen is really big, really a focal point. When we have family over, everybody can fit in here.
Easily. 15, 16, 17 people. Easily.
Cool. Good.
Easily. Yeah.
And out of curiosity, when it's just the two of you here, what is your favorite room for sitting in?
Right there.
All right.
We just
Right. Very good.
have
Very
our
good.
coffee there, and yeah.
Is there anything you don't like about your home?
That's a tough question because I don't think
There's
there's
nothing.
much.
We've thought about that, and there's just nothing.
Oh,
that we
wonderful.
don't.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you have any special possessions that you take great pride in?
Well, that Henry Ford picture when he walked in the door, we found that in a house. We do renovations on houses, and we came across that painting, and we brought it home to us here. So this is how fitting
Yeah.
to be able to hang that
Yeah.
in this home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The house was owned by a guy who was a free press photographer in the 1950s and 60s.
What was his name?
Don't know that.
Okay.
Neidick was all we
Neidick,
remember. Neidick
right.
was the last name.
N-A-J-D-U-C-H.
Huh. Okay. Cool. If you could change one thing about your home, what would it be?
Gosh, that's a hard thing to answer. I don't think there's nothing.
Now, you have indoor plumbing?
Yes.
Good. Good.
Yes.
That's a good
Yes,
start.
of course.
If Henry Ford were to knock on your door today, what would you say to him about your home?
I would say you did a great job building these homes. They are sturdy as anything. Beautiful.
Do you have any special anecdote about your home?
We've had so many family holidays here where everyone gathers and had so many people. Just the amount of gatherings we've been able to have here, and
There's just too many that I could think of to even bring
Just
up.
too many.
So you kind of equate your home with family gatherings.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. And I think this neighborhood is so wonderful that 3 of our 4 kids live in the neighborhood now.
Cool.
And 2 of them live in Fort Historic, and another one lives on the same street as his sister outside of the historic home district.
Is that the child you like least?
That's the one he chose. He thought he could stay a little bit further away.
Are you glad you live here?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, very good.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Cool.
This was the best move we ever did.
On December 8th, you can walk inside this home and you can find out what it's really like. You can look under the beds in the medicine cabinets. I'm kidding. But it's a beautiful home, and we thank John and Kathy for making this home available on the home tour. Thanks.
And it's our pleasure.
Yes, and we look forward to this. I've been waiting for this for a long time to be able to do the tour.
Good.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our second house on the home tour. This is the home of Kathy and Glenn Zubach. Kathy.
Yeah,
And what year did you buy your home?
1987.
And what is it that led you to buy here?
Well, we always liked to drive through here at Christmas before I even really knew what they were, because we liked to look at the welcome candles in the windows and things. And then just when we were looking around, it was between this and one over in Dearborn Hills, and we took this one.
Are there any items that are especially meaningful within the house?
The whole place, I love it. The whole place has memories with raising the kids here, and I just love it. It's perfect size. It's comfortable. It was a great place to raise the kids, and we've done some decorating, renovations over the years. So,
What are the things that you find especially meaningful here in terms of the house itself? Any particular aspect? Maybe it's this little alcove here.
I do like this alcove. I used to sit here when we first moved in. The lady across the street, and these windows would be open, and she would play her piano at night, and I would just sit here at night. It was so peaceful. Kids would go to bed, and she'd be playing that piano, and I could just sit here and listen, and I just thought, what a quaint place to live. I loved it. Just loved it. I do like this little sitting area.
Now, how many kids do you have?
2.
And was this the right size for your home?
It was fine.
All right.
Yeah, it was bigger than what I grew up in with 5 kids. And it was perfectly fine. We didn't need to add on. You know, now that everybody's bigger, I guess a bigger dining room would be nice, but we'll make do like people did. But I like it just the way it is. It's the perfect size, especially for us now, just 2 of us here.
Is there anything about your home you don't like?
No, I love it. I'd love a new kitchen, but you know, that one's not bad. It's fine.
All right.
But no, there's nothing I love it. I just love it. I love the neighborhood. It was a great place to raise the kids. Absolutely the best.
Now, is there anything that you did to the home yourself?
Well, we did that fireplace because when we moved in here, this part of the room was all knotty pine, and that wall where the fireplace is was all paneling, and they had some awful kind of 1960s brick on the fireplace, and the original mantle was gone. So we had to fix that for sure. So we had that fireplace mantle put in the marble. We did all these crown moldings. There weren't any, and a lot of these houses have had drop ceilings or panels put in because the ceilings would crack after so many years, but ours was replaced or had drywall put on it. So we added the crown moldings and the big baseboard moldings. And we did swap out the pine floors for oak in the dining room and in the bedrooms.
Okay. Now, did Glenn do the molding, or did you have it professionally done?
Glenn did most of the molding, yeah. It was not easy, and we are not carpenters, so.
Now, is that when you started considering a divorce?
No, it was probably when we did our first wallpaper job together in our
yes.
previous
Yeah,
house. So,
yeah,
that was early on.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
enough to test a marriage.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
We called each other a name and got it over with right off the bat, and then we finished the room.
Oh, wonderful.
But we've done we've done all the projects here on our own. We had the bathroom done because that was just too much for us. But no, we did all the floors. We've done everything, and he's tired.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Do you have any special possessions that you feel pretty good about?
I have my grandmother's china that was in a pile to be thrown out, and I tripped over it. And I was looking for something to match the dining room wallpaper, and here was this china. It's perfect. Place settings for 14. It's beautiful, and we use it all the time.
How old would you guess the china is?
I would say 80 years,
Okay.
maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
If you could change one thing about your home, what would it be?
maybe the kitchen.
Okay.
But otherwise, I like it.
All right, good. We love
Glenn
it.
would like it if it was brick. He always thinks brick houses are better, but you know. And I used to think when we bought it that the white outside was so boring, but now I like it.
It looks very attractive.
I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So see how you mature and things work out.
If Henry Ford were to knock on your door, what would you say to him?
What is your deal with closets?
Of course, yeah, right. Tell us about the closet.
There are, well, in this house, in this style, and we're lucky we have a closet in the foyer for coats, but a lot of these do not. The linen closet is a triangle.
Huh.
Yeah. So I used to try and fold the sheets in a triangle, and then I just said the heck with
Now,
it.
this is a very compulsive person we're
I am
talking
not
to.
compulsive. I'm not. I got over that real quick. Now I just fold them in the rectangle that they are and put them in there.
Do you have any special anecdote about your home?
The original owners, not the original, I found out the other day, they were the second owners. They moved in 1926. Their last name is Zabik, which is, ours is Zubak, so just switch the vowels. And that gentleman, the son, came here for his 90th birthday to see his old house. And very nice guy. Sharp as a tack, works 30 hours a week at Bed Bath & Beyond, and he walked through the house and told us all about it, where things were, what they did during the war, the wine they made and stored in the basement, and I just thought that was a priceless visit from him.
Are you glad you live here?
I love it. Yes, I will die here.
All right. Let's hope that it's a natural death.
Yes, right. So far, so good.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second home that we will visit on this presentation, and it will be on the home tour on December 8th. So, be prepared to chat with Cathy. Thanks for joining us. Hi. Hi, Jim. And you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the home of Jim and Maureen Quillis. How cool is this? They have a wonderful home, and they're going to tell us about it. Now, this is going to be one of the homes on the home tour on December 8th. So be prepared. Save that day. It's going to be a wonderful event. Jim and Maureen, when did you buy your home?
1986. I've lived in Dearborn my whole life, and we had been looking for about 3 years because Dearborn has so many wonderful neighborhoods, and the community is nothing but great neighborhoods. we settled on this particular area because we liked the history, we liked the close proximity to downtown West Dearborn, and the architecture just, it was so different and so classic, so charming.
Very good. And tell us about your home. Are there any special features in it that you like?
We like the fact that it's a good livable size. The lady we purchased the home from originally back in the early 60s added on a master bedroom to the back because in the plan of most of the Ford homes, they had a single bath on the second floor. So she wanted a master suite on the main floor. We didn't need a fourth bedroom, so we opened up the back wall, and that's our family room. So that's our better use of the square footage. We love it.
What other things are there about this home that you particularly like? It's a very attractive home.
Thank you. We love the lot size, that it's small. We love the room sizes we think are generous. I mean, I was one of 6, he was one of 9 children, so this is generous when you only have 2 children.
Sure.
And the pitched roofs. The front porches are side porches. Those were real attractions for us.
Now, what kind of shape was the home in when you bought it?
It was 1960s, I
It
would
was
say.
circa 1960s decor. Structurally, it was very sound, but it just needed updating.
It had Sputnik lights, which now are really attractive, but they weren't back then. It had wool carpeting that was tacked right up over the hearth. We had to get a new hearth because of that. And it was everything was 1960s.
So what did the two of you do to make it more livable according to your tastes?
We took it a room at a time, a project at a time. First off, we didn't need the fourth bedroom, so we actually found some reclaimed French doors. So that transitions the house to the family room much better than the single door that they had. But we had more living space that we used just about every day.
Okay. Closets. Are you happy
Very
with the
small.
closets?
Very
They're small. They're small. I think 100 years ago, people had their work clothes and their Sunday clothes.
If
and
we
that
could
was about it.
change, that would be the number one thing I would
Okay.
change, is closet
All right.
space.
Okay.
We're fortunate enough to have a walk-in closet down here that we use for coats and boots and stuff, but
Yeah. And you have a fireplace. Out of curiosity, do you use it much?
every day, because when we were looking, it was so long ago, whenever we saw a house with a gas fireplace, we said, oh, they're old people. Well, now we're there. We just want the convenience of
Right.
gas. So every morning we have it
Right.
on.
What else have you done to your house?
Oh, he's done so much work. He put in the corner cabinet in the dining room that we bought at the Edison Street sale from a home
Very
on Edison.
fortunate we came upon one of those at the sale. It's like this was original to one of those homes. We got it, put it in there, and it's been a fixture for, what, 20-some years now?
Yeah,
Something like that.
he can do anything.
Now, Jim, are you by nature a hard worker, or is Maureen a hard driver?
She's a hard driver. She's concept, I'm implementation.
He's a hard worker.
She's a good boss.
Good combination. Eh?
Yes, we work very well
All right,
together. We
very
do.
good, very good. What project did you have that almost brought you to divorce?
The basement.
The basement, because we've started, that's been a period of
They
transition.
didn't need any prodding at all on this, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
when the girls were younger, we used to call it the B word because it was a bad word, the basement, because he tore it apart years ago. We had a panel basement. We have a fireplace down there, and he's still not there yet.
It's in a period of transition. We're getting there. But also, in the meantime, it's a great place to store other things.
Garbage.
Sure,
Stuff.
right, yeah.
Stuff.
Right.
Stuff. Okay,
Stuff.
stuff.
You have a lot of nice things here.
Thank you.
Do you have any special items that you really feel good about? Tell our audience your best find.
Boy, that's a good question.
We have so many of them.
Or more
I think maybe
unusual.
that was a very good find.
Okay.
Right
That cabinet
Right,
right there, and
okay.
that was found in Detroit, and it was not a nice neighborhood. And
It was at an antique shop. It was in pretty rough shape when we got it.
you would
but
go into this antique shop, and furniture was just piled up, and there would be chicken bones underneath this chair, and a plate of some old something under that chair. And but you got great deals.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, they cleaned up the chicken bones before we got here today.
Yeah,
some of them anyway.
yes, some of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, that's one item. And tell us about another item that might be considered special on your part.
Well, this clock is special because we bought it for each other for an anniversary gift in the year 2000.
Cool.
So that's pretty special. These are just items I don't want when we're gone. I don't want them to go out of the family. So I hope my girls don't put them in their basements.
Well, out of curiosity, do your kids share the same love of old things that
My
you do?
youngest daughter does.
Okay, all right.
Our oldest daughter, it's all functionality. She gets what she can use. Our youngest daughter has more sentimentality to it because she knows she'd actually gone on some of the trips with us as we were finding things. So she remembers, and there's a little bit of family history with us and her in the acquisition.
Yeah. Now, I noticed some tiles on the wall over the fireplace. So what's the story on those?
Resale shop.
I love it. Cool.
Thank you.
Very good. Very
I
good.
think they were coasters. I don't know.
How would you describe your tastes?
Eclectic.
Eclectic. Yeah. Yeah. Now, do you agree on most things?
Yes, I think we
Yes.
do.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
From time to time,
He
I'll
could pick
find
things out,
something,
yeah.
and I'll know this is an item that's going to be a good fit.
And
vice
this
versa.
is an interesting item, your coffee table here. What's the story here?
This was Home Goods. I'm a huge Home Goods shopper, and I saw this in Home Goods and had to get it. I came home and had a tag on it that said Pippa by Ole. I looked it up. I paid, I think, $300 for it. It's a $2,400 table.
Yeah. Now, what memories do you have connected to your home here?
We raised both girls here. My mother passed away here. We had all their birthday parties here.
Family get-togethers.
Family
oh, God.
gatherings,
I
yeah.
mean,
This is a neighborhood for all seasons.
A neighborhood, oh, absolutely. Starting, through the summer with the Edison Street sale, it seems every other weekend there's another event going on. Over here for Halloween, we'll often get over 500 kids.
It's insane and it's so much fun.
But
the kids
everyone
are all
here
so cute.
in the neighborhood absolutely embraces it. As you can tell going through the block, people decorate and they get ready for a big crowd, and the big crowd shows up, and the people that show up are polite, happy to be there, just absolutely a wonderful interaction with, they come in by the droves. And
Yeah. So you have Halloween, you have the Edison Street sale, and there's
Black party.
block parties. Yep, yep. And then just driving through the neighborhood during the Christmas season is
Yes, there's-
probably pretty good.
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been visiting here with Jim and Maureen Aquillis, and their home is going to be on the home tour. This is going to be on December 8th, and you're going to really enjoy it because I've got enough of a sense of not only this home but other homes to really respect the neighborhood, and you have just kind of good vibes in going into so very many of these homes here. So I encourage you to not only buy tickets to this home tour, but be prepared to buy this wonderful book on the Ford homes that is going to be coming out on December 1st, and it will be available as well on December 8th. Jim and Maureen, thank you for inviting us into your home. You have a very comfortable home here. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all the neighbors for opening up their homes for the tour. And I want to thank the Ford Home residents for just having a wonderful spirit and one that is so inviting. Thank you, one and all.